Photosynthesis. In overview, photosynthesis is the process by which plants, algae, and some bacteria convert light energy into chemical energy in the form of glucose. This process is essential for producing oxygen and serving as the basis of the food chain. The general equation of photosynthesis is that carbon dioxide plus water plus light goes to glucose and oxygen. 1. Photosynthetic membranes and organelles. Photosynthesis primarily occurs in the chloroplasts, which contain thylakoid membranes, where the light-dependent reactions take place. The key structures: chloroplast, the organelle where photosynthesis occurs. Thylakoid membranes, flattened sacs that house chlorophyll and proteins for light-dependent reactions. Grana, stacks of thylakoids. Stroma, the fluid-filled space surrounding thylakoids where light-independent reactions occur. 2. Light-dependent reactions, photochemical phase. These reactions occur in the thylakoid membranes and require light energy. Main steps: 1. Photon absorption. Light is absorbed by chlorophyll, exciting electrons. 2. Water splitting. Photolysis. H2O is split into oxygen, protons, and electrons. Oxygen is released as a byproduct. 3. Electron transport chain, ETC. Electrons move through proteins, generating ATP and NADPH. Outputs: ATP, NADPH, and oxygen, O2, waste product. 3. Light-independent reactions, Calvin cycle or dark reactions. These occur in the stroma and do not require light directly. Main steps: 1. Carbon fixation. CO2 combines with RuBP, a 5-carbon sugar, through the enzyme Rubisco. 2. Reduction phase. ATP and NADPH from light reactions convert molecules into G3P, glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, a precursor to glucose. 3. Regeneration of RuBP. Some G3P is used to regenerate RuBP, allowing the cycle to continue. Outputs: glucose after multiple cycles. 4. Order of and kinetics of photosynthesis. Step 1. Light absorption by chlorophyll. Step 2. ATP and NADPH formation, light-dependent reactions. Step 3. CO2 fixation and glucose production, Calvin cycle. Step 4. Recycling of ADP and NADP+ to sustain the cycle. Rate influencers: light intensity, CO2 concentration, temperature, and water availability. 5. Efficiency of photosynthesis. The theoretical maximum efficiency is around 30% conversion of light to chemical energy. In reality, actual efficiency is 3 to 6% due to photorespiration, heat loss, and non-absorbed wavelengths. C3, C4, and CAM plants have different efficiencies due to adaptations. C3 plants, for example wheat, are less efficient in hot climates due to photorespiration. C4 plants, for example maize, use a modified pathway to minimize losses. CAM plants, for example cactus, store CO2 at night to reduce water loss. 6. Evolution of photosynthesis. Earliest photosynthetic organisms: cyanobacteria, about 3.5 billion years ago. Oxygen revolution. About 2.4 billion years ago, oxygen from photosynthesis led to major evolutionary changes. Development of chloroplasts. About 1.5 billion years ago, endosymbiotic theory suggests that chloroplasts evolved from cyanobacteria engulfed by early eukaryotic cells. Photosynthesis has evolved to adapt to changing environmental conditions, leading to C3, C4, and CAM pathways. 7. Experimental history of photosynthesis. 1. Jan van Helmont, 1648, showed plants do not gain mass from soil alone. 2. Joseph Priestley, 1771, discovered plants release oxygen. 3. Jan Ingenhousz, 1779, showed that light is necessary for oxygen production. 4. Melvin Calvin, 1950s, mapped the Calvin cycle explaining CO2 fixation. Modern research focuses on enhancing photosynthesis for increased crop yields. 8. Factors affecting photosynthesis. A. Environmental factors. 1. Light intensity. More light increases photosynthesis until saturation point. 2. Carbon dioxide concentration. Higher CO2 boosts the rate, but only up to a limit. 3. Temperature. Optimal range 15 to 35 degrees Celsius. Too high or too low slows reactions. 4. Water availability. Essential for photolysis. Drought limits efficiency. B. Internal factors. 1. Leaf surface area. Larger leaves capture more sunlight. 2. Chlorophyll content. More pigment enhances light absorption. 3. Stomatal opening regulates CO2 intake and water loss. Conclusion: photosynthesis is the foundation of life on Earth, producing oxygen and sustaining ecosystems. Understanding its efficiency, evolution, and influencing factors is crucial for improving agricultural productivity and addressing things like climate change.